words to describe your first impression of Dan Dan.
Are we being for real? Too sensitive.
3 words, go. Hit her back.
Pretty tall.
Ready in British. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone.
Welcome.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hello
everyone. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Stephanie.
Today we're back.
Dan Dan Mukbang. So we're friends. That's gonna be like the comments. Okay, guys, guess what? Today we got the whole squad. We got the whole gang. Come on. Sorry. This is an all roommate mukbang. On my left, we've got my cousin Dan Dan Yim. And then on my right, we've got newcomer, newbie, rookie, Patricia. And then we've got the most humble Mr. Manga Butt. And today we've got 6 packs of Noguri plus Chapaghetti, otherwise known as Parasite's Chapagurri beads. And we've got some chicken. We don't have beef because this is all we had in the freezer right now. And then we also have some sea grapes with some dipping sauce below. And
That's Dan Dan's favorite?
yes.
I've never had any of this.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But like sips water before anything. She's like, but first bite. So let's get started. Let's go with this.
Let's try the sea grapes first, no?
But-
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
alright, I'll try the sea grapes.
You guys don't like sea grapes?
I mean, what is likable?
It's good.
Between Chapaghetti and sea grapes, you don't want to dip it.
Oh, you're right.
You don't want to dip it? Okay.
I mean, it sounds nice.
Not too bad dipping this.
That's true. It tastes with this. It's doable.
It tastes just like gochujang. We're dipping it in gochujang. I 100% tasted gochujang. And nothing else.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Oh my god.
Good job.
It's so good. This might be better than my first time making it. Try it.
Really? The first time was really good. What do you think, Patricia?
It's good.
Is it different?
This is
Yeah.
my first
There's
time.
like a,
Oh, second time.
it's less like oily with the noguri.
Wow.
Noguri's a good ramen though.
Yeah.
Really.
Parasite is a good movie though.
I
Oh
loved
yeah.
What's your
Really?
favorite ramen?
Oh, ramen. I was gonna be like the housewife and Parasite. Ramen? I like Jin.
Oh, the regular?
Jin ramen. The spicy
You mean
Jin
Shin
ramen.
ramen?
No, Jin.
Oh,
What the hell is
Jin.
Jing?
Chin?
J-I-N. It's in the yellow packaging.
Like BTS Jin?
J-I-N? Sorry, BTS lovers.
She was like,
I wouldn't even
like
know
the
that if
ramen?
they passed by me. I wouldn't know if it's them. Sorry. Sorry.
Alright, Patricia's
Alright.
out.
Alright. Alright. Bye. Bye. We're good.
Sorry.
So should we just scoot this way? I mean, I don't know if I can even associate with you. Also, if you hear us talking in a British accent, we started this in a British accent, it's because all night we've been playing Monopoly in a British accent, and now I don't know what my regular voice is. I forgot it. So Patricia has moved in. Maybe like I was gonna say a week ago, but it's actually like 3 days ago. And I made a whole vlog describing why, because I know what you're thinking. This doesn't look like social distancing, but there's a whole reason for it that actually makes a lot of sense. That's not just like, oh, we just wanted to eat Chapagurri together and just like really contaminate this pile of ramen together. It's a long story, so I'm gonna link that vlog in the description. But how do you guys like living together?
What, me and her?
Okay, don't put me on the spot like that, bro.
The CEO of making things
I can't be mean
uncomfortable.
to him just yet. I just met him.
Okay. Well, let me start then.
Oh, in that case.
I'm kidding.
Well, they had a little beef
In that case.
during Monopoly.
Yeah, they really did have beef in Monopoly. Wait, okay, 3 words to describe your first impression of Dan Dan.
Okay, are we being for real?
For real.
Okay.
Look him in the eye though and do it.
Too sensitive.
Dang. Dude, it's just a game.
It's your 16 personality, bro. Okay? He's really nice. He is.
Really? Really? So hard to find one more.
Okay. And caring.
Interesting.
3 words, go. Hit her
Better
back.
be good. Better be good. Just so you know, me and Stephanie haven't pranked you yet, so.
No. You guys are getting pranked next. By us.
Okay.
But anyways, Pretty tall. Wait, you don't like that?
How tall are you?
Under 5'7".
So 5'6".
No, but
What?
that's pretty tall for like.
I'm a little over 5'6".
I mean, that's pretty tall though.
I'm
Yeah.
5'2".
Really?
I'm so fucking short. What
I'm not
else?
done yet.
What else?
I think she's funny.
Thank you.
Who's right here?
But then there's one
What?
bad. She's ungrateful.
Oh my god, Monopoly. Remember?
I gave you $60 discount.
$60 discount. I guess we can play this as you guys are going to be the investigators of this, okay? Because it's a Reddit mystery. Do you like Reddit mysteries? What's your favorite type of like crime mystery? She said abyss.
I think
Japanese
one involves,
legend.
because it gets real dark.
Involves what? Family?
Yeah.
Do you want to say something to everyone? Are your parents watching this? Should you?
Especially when they're not my family, so...
Wait.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna like kind of look at you guys, kind of not. Sorry. Also, like we get at your tongue. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Today's Reddit mystery is going to be very interesting because it's unsolved. I don't think it's an ARG, although lots of people say that it's an ARG, but I just cannot comprehend.
Sorry, what's an ARG?
Yeah, what is ARG?
Oh my god, what does it stand for? I know what it is, but I don't know what it stands for.
Just explain
Alternate reality game.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost as if I started a new YouTube channel. I was gonna say, never mind. I'll say that later. It's almost as if I started a new
Honey,
YouTube
can you
channel.
not talk in that accent, please?
Oh, wow, I sound just so weird.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Dude, it's almost as if I started a new YouTube channel and I started posting these videos where everything was a little bit amiss. You know, I started posting videos and there would be some tapping in the background. And I would say things like, oh, I'm home alone, guys. And then you would see a shadow walk by in the distance. Or I'd say things like, this happened today. I don't know what's going on. I got a letter from my stalker, right? And what an ARG is they use regular social media platforms, but it's a game.
So like they're pranking their followers.
Yeah, so it's almost like,
It's a
okay,
giant
we'll
prank.
go to my Twitter to keep updated on my stalker. And then you think it's kind of interesting because like if you wouldn't know the world of ARGs, you might think that it's real. And so there's even this conspiracy theory that Kate Yup is an ARG.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Who's Kate Yup?
So she is a mukbang ASMRist who eats a lot of seafood, and I talked about her before. And a lot of people think that she's being held against her will because they hear like tapping, and then she did like a Morse code thing allegedly, and there was weird capitalizations of her.
Saying help or
Yeah.
help or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she still posting videos? We don't know.
I think so. I mean, I don't think she posts often, but
No, but I agree with that conspiracy.
right?
Because, I mean, it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
If you look closely, like, she has bruises.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Oh, so it doesn't look fake.
Oh,
at all.
she
It
hasn't
actually
posted in
looks
5 months.
real? Are people thinking someone's starving her and then...
So lots of people are thinking that she's been forced to film, and people are starving her and then making her
getting
eat a lot.
chills.
The other conspiracy is that maybe coincidences happened, and then she was like, oh wait, lots of people think this is cool, and now I'm getting views, so I'm gonna continue this idea, and then she set up a lot of things. Or some people think maybe it's a little bit of both, like maybe it's a boyfriend, like an abusive relationship, not so much like kidnapped and like tied up and like have to film, but more like a boyfriend wants her to make some YouTube money that he can take it, etc. Or even family. And then another theory is the ARG. Maybe it's just a big ARG.
Does ARG tell people at the end?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's for you to figure it out.
Yeah, but typically I feel like if you're familiar with the world of ARGs, you can usually spot an ARG, which is a little bit strange why I feel like I know enough about ARGs to be able to spot it. I don't think this is an ARG. So this is the story of NeuroCam. Now, NeuroCam popped up in Australia, Melbourne, Australia to be exact, in around 2004. The way that they popped up was because they had a billboard. A billboard in a high traffic area that cost about $10,000 to purchase this billboard. Now, the purpose of ARGs are to make money, but also to provide a game. So think of it as a game maker. Fortnite. At the end of the day, they want you to have fun on Fortnite, but they want to make money on Fortnite. So that's kind of the same thing with ARGs. So they buy this $10,000 billboard in Melbourne, Australia, and it just said, "Get out of your mind, neurocam.com."
Oh, it's like they're selling a game.
Yeah, it's just very creepy, right?
But not with enough detail.
Mm-hmm.
I think once I saw some kind of billboard like that, some really weird one. It got me so curious that.
About a game?
No, I think I saw someone who just kind of put a small billboard on the side of the road, and then a bunch of. I think I was with you, babe. And then people wrote a bunch of weird signs on there. So I got so confused, and I was trying to dig into it, and I couldn't remember the details of the billboard. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think you remember, but it was just weird.
Was it me? He said, "I don't think you remember." I'm like, "Bitch, I would remember." Pass me the knife. I'm kidding. You go to www.neurocam.com because as people are driving through this billboard, they see it and they're stuck in traffic and they're like, "What? Get out of your mind." It's very intriguing and it's just a website. And once you go to www.neurocam.com, you will enter one of the internet's greatest rabbit holes that to this day has not been answered. So it's a little bit strange, okay? So you type in the website and the first thing that you're going to feel is utterly violated. Absolutely horrendous, my biggest fear in life, and what that is automatically a file will download to your computer, which is never a good sign, right? And once you open that file, it's an MOV, it's a movie. It's a 1-minute trailer of a bunch of masked people at parties saying things like, "Get out of your mind, get out of your mind." It looks absolutely trippy. It looks like a drug-induced party. It looks creepy. I don't like it. There's pictures of the billboard. It's just weird. And the one thing that people say in the trailer other than "get out of your mind" is sometimes people want to be a part of something even if they don't know what they're a part of. And
I like how both of them are just like, yes.
they're just like, "I don't know why I'm a part of this mukbang right now." I'm not sure. Everyone's like, "Wait a second." Wow. The facts. Wow. You know, it's just a little bit strange. And so once you go digging more onto the website, because there's an about page, there's a contact page, and most importantly, there's a registration page. The first thing people are looking for on this website is maybe this is their way of marketing. Maybe they say, "Get out of your mind." And then they sell these, you know, sleeping pills because it's like, oh, sleep vitamins, or maybe it's like a VR headset that you can buy to get out of your mind. They must be selling something because why would you pay for a $10,000 billboard unless you are providing a service that people can pay for?
Money, yeah.
But there was absolutely nothing on the website that indicated that. Nothing at all. Not one service, not a consultation, nothing being sold, no products. And so we're going to go down the path of a blogger. Now let's call this blogger a Brian, okay? And so Brian starts blogging about Neurocam, and it's very similar to a lot of other people, and they started registering. Now there's a registration page that says name, email, etc., etc. You submit your registration, and within a week, they said. It's very strange because normally when you register for a website, what happens? You automatically get an email saying, "Thank you for registering," right? This one, it didn't. It waited a week, and they got an email. And so the email says, "Within a week, you will be contacted by our HR representatives if we find you suitable to become a Neurocam ambassador." Now, here's the thing. We can't tell you anything about Neurocam, but we will be doing background checks. And if you don't want to have a background check done on you, then you can just say, "I rescind my application." Otherwise, we will need you to fill out this application that consents to us doing a background check.
Do people even know what they're signing up for?
No.
But people are signing up?
Yes.
It was just that one billboard they saw.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And then it's all the other blogs of like, what the fuck is Neurocam? And people are signing up because they feel like there's no answers on the website, there's no answers on Google, there's really no answers on any forums. And so they decided, I'm just gonna register and try to find some answers. And so they registered, they get this email saying, "Hey, if we can do a background check, and then a week, Mr. Hastings is gonna reach out to you if you've been approved. If you're neglected or if you're denied, then we're just gonna cease contact with you." And then at the end of that email, it says, "By the way, don't let the curiosity get the best of you. A lot of the times, entry-level Neurocam ambassadors will try to write about it in a blog, maybe make a video on it, and that will automatically get you rejected and kicked out of Neurocam." And so it's very strange, okay? And so this blogger, Brian, he gets this email. And for some reason, he consents to the background check. And so this is incredibly lots of private information, sensitive information that NeuroCam is now digging through because he consented to it. And he waits and he waits and he waits. And he's like, what the heck? Did I get scammed? Am I going to have identity theft? And finally, he gets an email. Now, this email is 20 times creepier than the first. And this email says, thank you for applying. Thank you for your background checks. While we wait for the results, we just have this one thing, and it's called a perception assessment test. So between the hours of 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. of a specific date that they gave him, he didn't disclose, we will be asking you to document every single thing that you see and observe. And we would like you to submit 2 pictures. One that represents the best things that happened between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. that day, and one that represents the worst thing that happened between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. that day. Very strange, right?
Yeah.
And so blogger Brian, he is at work, and he says, okay, today's the day. It's 4 p.m. I gotta start writing. So he pulls out this fresh notebook, okay? He goes to page 1, and he starts writing. 4 p.m. I'm about to get off work. I'm looking around. I don't see anything. Nothing seems weird, right? He gets on the train, and he feels like he's looking for something. Almost as if, should someone give me a sign or something? And he's like, I feel like people are looking at me. But is it because I'm staring at them to get a sign? Like, what's going on? So then he goes home, and he says, everything else was really boring when I got home. He said, I made a steak dinner, I did the dishes, I took a picture. The best part of my night was the steak dinner. The worst part was all the dishes I had to do. And I sat down to write my report to send to NeuroCam, and I thought to myself, maybe I need to be more creative. Maybe they value creativity. Maybe I should kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. And he goes, no, I should just write it regularly. And he sends it in, and nothing.
Interesting. Like in school when they ask you to write some paper.
Right? Would you guys do all this for curiosity? I feel like some people are a lot more curious than others. Where do you think you stand on the scale?
I think I'm pretty curious.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty curious too, but like, I wouldn't go that far.
I also like, how scared are you guys? You know, some people get scared.
I get
easily.
scared easily, but I'm very curious.
Let's take out the background check. How far would you go into this process?
I will stop like very early because that sounds like some crazy shit you're gonna be messing with.
I wouldn't trust that.
Yeah.
Wait, no background check, so all you do is apply?
Yeah, and then start like writing this report to send to people. I feel like they're playing with me. I'm in that Black Mirror shit right now.
Oh my god, Black Mirror.
Does this not sound like Black Mirror to you?
Low key.
No.
So you wouldn't be able to look at this email and just delete it? You'd be able to?
Yeah, like just ignore it.
And I was certain it wasn't spam.
Yeah.
I would be curious. I don't think I'll delete it right away. I'll probably talk to people.
What? You're pretty curious then.
Yeah.
I think I'm more scared than I am curious.
I definitely get scared. Like, I can't watch a scary movie. But when it comes to being curious, I'm not going to delete it right away. Like, if I know it's something, like, and it's definitely not spam, I'll probably kind of like,
What if you hear a noise in your attic? Do you go check?
Oh heck no.
No, I probably...
She didn't even make a noise when we knock on the window.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I probably have someone go.
She didn't even make like we heard nothing.
There's someone at my window.
We knocked for like
And she
a good minute.
Like, this is middle of the night, and she doesn't even freak out and say, ah, there's a robber, so like, call 911. She just goes, someone just keeps knocking on my window. I'm like, what? And she's like, knocking on the window. I'm like, the outside.
I don't know what it is.
We got her though, we got her.
Seems bad.
You did get it.
What if you got this next email? Because this is about to spark everyone's curiosity, which is he gets an email a week later saying, your application has been accepted. Reviewing your perception assessment test, we said that you qualified for at least 7 of the 10 qualifications that we're looking for in a NeuroCam ambassador. Now here's the thing. Please, whenever we send you on assignments, make sure that you conduct yourself in the best conduct of manner. We are not looking for anyone who tolerates physical violence. We are not looking for anyone who is aggressive. We, as a corporation, believe that NeuroCam ambassadors should be of the utmost professionals. And so if you do any things that we don't tolerate, such as drug usage, violence, aggression towards other people, we will terminate you.
Okay.
And then they said, to get your next assignment, please look at the map that we've attached. At this park, we have hidden a safe, and it's an electronic safe. This is the code. Now, between the hours of this, on this day, you'll be able to go, access it, and take out only what is labeled with your identification number, which we have provided below. Please do not tell anyone about this, and we will be waiting.
This sounds like the thing we talked about with the little bug on the internet, the little fly thingy.
Cicada?
Cicada.
Some people think it's the same people behind it.
Yeah, they sound very similar.
What is cicada?
It's like allegedly, maybe, like a CIA test is what a lot of people
To see
believe.
if you're smart enough to crack the code.
So you go into the website, they give you a task to crack this, and it leads you so many internet holes, and it's mainly for like hackers, which would be really good at like coding and
CIA is testing us.
That's what people think, right? Because
I don't think it's CIA.
You think so? Because imagine the cost of that. It's not going to be cheap. And this is what they're saying. Why would someone do that unless they have copious amounts of money?
If it's CIA, I feel like Trump will already tweet about it. No?
First you with BTS, now you with politics. Dan Dan.
Yes.
We gotta get a Twitter and start tweeting about their cancellation. So we download Twitter, okay, make an account, hashtag Mr. Mangobud is over a party. He gets his email and he decides, you know what, I'm gonna go. So he goes to this little park, he starts rummaging around, and under these wood chips he feels like something is not right here. And so he moves them aside, and there is an electronic safe literally in the middle of cement. Like it's inside the cement of the ground. So it's not just like, we just like threw this little cheap box here, right? That I got on Amazon. It's like very heavy duty.
No.
And so he puts in the code and he opens it up, and there's about 100 tiny manila envelopes.
What?
And he sees his with his identification number on it. And he looks around, he quickly puts it in his pocket, closes the safe, covers it back up with wood chips, and rushes to his car. And so inside of that manila envelope, he has a lot of identification numbers, lots of welcome letters, lots of random USBs and discs, okay? And then it says a letter, he opens it, and he says, only 26% of applicants have been accepted to this stage, so we hope that you feel privileged. And it said that, you know, based on your location, based on the number of ambassadors around you, and your age, your gender, and other things, we can't guarantee that you guys are going to get an assignment, but we don't know when. But just make sure that you stay alert for our signal.
Okay.
And so then he waited and waited, and then he got an assignment. And the assignment told him to print out the Get Out of Your Mind posters and kind of throw them around the school hallway. Walk into college campus, put one Get Out of Your Mind poster onto a very specific school board. And he would do all of these things, and he was really confused what was going on. And so lots of people slowly started getting into this because they're like, what the fuck is going on? Why do I keep seeing this everywhere? Now it's on billboards, now it's in my school, you know, my college campus, it's everywhere. And so people started really posting about it on forums. More people started registering, and everyone was sharing all the tasks that they were getting. And they were all very different, but they were similar in the sense that it was always kind of promoting Get Out of Your Mind, neurocam.com. So it felt really strange. People came to the conclusion of, wait a second, this feels like once you become an ambassador, you're just recruiting new people with more open-ended, what the hell is neurocam questions. But that makes sense, but still why?
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense why.
Yeah.
It makes sense that's the process, but what? You don't have to pay a fee if you register. You don't have to pay anything. It's not like you have to pay a monthly fee or a membership fee. It's not like they're selling you anything. You're just doing random things for them. And so it didn't make sense for the longest time. And then people started coding. People started trying to hack into NeuroCam. And they found out that there is a name that is associated with a NeuroCam LLC by the name of Robin Henley. And now there's another person that sounds very similar, which is, I believe, Robert Henley or something like that, who is known to be a performance artist. And so what he does is he goes around and he considers himself a missing person. So he puts in an Amber Alert to the police, he puts up these missing posters, and then he'll walk around blatantly and he'll film everyone's reaction of being like, wait, isn't that the guy on the poster that's missing? And so he does a lot of
But
these
nobody does.
performance theatrics. But when
so
he
cool.
was questioned about it, he acted very confused. But also, his performance theatrics usually makes him money. But this is losing money. Well, this is just a tunnel. You're not making any money. And so people are very confused. And then about a year later, a documentary came out about this, about NeuroCam. But here's what's weird. It was supposed to be a 75-minute documentary, but it never released.
What?
So people believe that it's just not real. Like, they didn't film a whole documentary. It didn't make a single penny. And so again, it's like, wait a second. At first, people were like, oh, so they were playing the long game. They were waiting a year to make a docu-series about it. They were going to make a docu-series, try to sell it to Netflix or whatever, you know, do their thing, and then everything was going to be, you know, okay. But no, they didn't make any money off the docu-series.
So people are just so confused and pressed because
Like,
they're
what
not
purpose
making
is
money.
it?
Like, what's the point? Yeah, because, okay, it's one thing if you don't make money and you don't spend money.
Yeah.
But who has tens of thousands of dollars to make billboards and then, like, nothing?
And then do nothing.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
Right.
It's not even, like, promoting, like, I don't know, your Instagram handle. Like, what's going on? Like, you know? It's very strange.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, Robin Henley came out with a PhD thesis. He wrote this entire educational article about this whole experience, but almost he just entered it.
What does that
What
mean?
do you mean? Like, he talked about his application, his
Yeah.
manila envelopes.
But then also kind of interviewing the creator, which people are wondering, wait a second, is he interviewing himself and he's the creator? But it still doesn't make sense, because why would he do this for a thesis, a PhD thesis? It still doesn't make sense. So everyone is just so confused. And that's literally the end. Like, that's it. Is this an ARG? Are they data mining? Are they stealing your data? Or is it the whole concept? There's a big group of people that believe that there is this huge concept that someone with a lot of money just wanted to test out how strong people's inclination to become a part of something is.
I think it's the second.
You think it's the second?
Yeah.
What about
was the
data?
second? Data mining?
Yeah.
I'm like, which one?
They don't like data?
No.
No, but
Why not data? You don't think people's background is information?
it could be data
is
though.
good?
You think so?
And there's other people out there or companies that do that just to get the data.
Yeah, data is worth it. You don't think they care about data?
No, I do.
Like
but
stuff like survey.
I think
feel
they
like-
did in 2004.
But I
2004?
feel like they just want to know, like, how either gullible or stupid or smart, like, a lot of people are of that time for a bigger goal, or like how easily can people be convinced?
Now here's the question that people now have. Has nothing to do with neurocam. Would you ever do something, an action, that you believe is harmless, but you don't understand the big picture of why you're doing it?
So you're doing something harmless, but you don't know why.
Yeah, so if I ask you, I give you $10, you say, I'm going to the store, I give you $10, and I say, could you buy me a bottle of bleach? And you say, why do you need bleach? You just say, I feel like I ran out of bleach. Would you do it? Like, it's like, would you do something that you don't know the true meaning for, right?
So that other person could use that.
I mean, we do
bleach
that all
to
the
kill
time.
someone, right?
Yeah. Or clean up the blood, right? So it's like, would you ever take a small action that you think is harmless, just your action?
But we don't know what it's like. It could literally be used for clothes, right? Like, we don't know. It's not like we know what you do.
Yeah. Profit, you don't do anything from it.
So like underage students asking an elder for
A beer?
like beer. stuff
No,
like
that's
that.
not.
That's
Yeah.
different.
That's
right?
too
Yeah.
much.
That's different.
Like
Because
that,
you
you're
know
breaking
you're
the
doing
law.
something bad.
Okay,
so you have
so
to
you don't know.
You have to think that you're not doing anything harmful. So I say, can you go buy me the biggest trash bags you can find? Like something that can fit a lot of stuff, like just huge. And you say, why? I say, oh, I just need one. Here's $10. You don't know why I need
I
it.
think it depends on the person.
Like with you, no
Not
murder
so much.
products. You're like, I would probably call Mr. Mango Butt first and be like, hello? Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go
Honestly,
buy
I wouldn't
bleach.
do it.
You wouldn't do it?
I'll just not waste my time, you know.
What if it's like a colleague?
Colleague? Then I'll probably do it.
Like not a best friend, not a family member, just
colleague?
someone you work with.
Yeah, I'll probably do it though.
Are they grateful though?
Now we're getting deep.
That's $60.
I caught on late.
Yeah.
I caught on late.
That $60 rent. He really wants that shit. Would you guys do it?
Yeah, we do. I feel like people
I
do it
think
all the time.
Most of the people, most
Why
I
of
think
the
wouldn't
we're
we?
thinking too much. I think we would.
Yeah, we
in
would.
the moment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
So
so
what
creepy
does that mean?
though. It's just creepy just when you think about it. Like how many times in your life do you think that you've done something that you think is harmless for someone else when they had harmful intentions? And you just became a small part of one of their big evil plots.
But I think that wouldn't matter if we don't know about it. So our conscious, like I feel like it just.
But what if you find out later?
Then
Would you
yeah,
feel
we would
guilty?
feel guilty.
There's a true story that someone went to a grocery store that they always go to. They realized the owner wasn't there, And then so they asked the new employees like, oh, where's the owner? The new employee was like, oh, she went out of town to visit their family, so I'm just here to helping out during the weekend. And then the dude bought the stuff and left, and 2 days later they saw on TV that dude that he's spoken to was the murderer of the convenience store.
The owner?
And it's true?
It's true. It's really scary.
Where was this located?
Not here. Here.
Down the street. He's a murderer.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments, would you guys do it? How much are you guys willing to do to quench your curiosity? I kind of want to see like the balance. Like some people are so curious. I feel like you're curious too.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious. Why you guys are silent?
We're like all examining architect in our head. We're all like, I didn't see that in the 16 personalities of an architect.
I'm really curious. I need to know reasons.
A lot of reasons.
I don't want to talk about it. Every time I do something, he goes, but why? And I'm like, because I want to, bitch. Eats 3 sweet tarts. Okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this case, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.